I've been going to Goodwill a lot recently. Usually it's a once a week type situation, but I go in these streaks. Tell me how it is for you, where every time I go to Goodwill, I find great stuff for a few weeks in a row, and then it goes a few weeks where I find nothing. So I decided to stop by Goodwill today. And before I can turn on my phone to start recording, I found a bunch of stuff in the electronics section. I found this Sony CD. We're going to test that in a second. I found whatever this thing is, no idea, but it sells for about anywhere from $40 to $100. It's all over the place. They're selling it for $10. I found this really rare Sony. It's one of those surround system Blu-ray players. If it works, it goes for about $100. They're asking for $20. And then I found this. This was a huge find. Never seen this, never heard this before. A Unify Dream Machine Pro. This thing sells for $300, has a 500% sell-through rate. So I grabbed that for $12. Then I see another Sony a CD player, tape player combo, the CFD S250. We're going to test that one out as well. As I'm going to the testing station, I go through the aisles to see if I find anything else. This aisle right here I love at this store because one time I found two digital cameras just sitting there for about $8 each. They both sold for $100 within a week. Such a great find. So I always check over here. You never know what you're going to find in that section. But today, didn't find anything. I actually didn't find anything else besides those electronics right off the bat. As you can tell, this CD player works great. I forgot to test the tape player, but I tested it at home and it worked great as well. So this thing, I got it for $10. It sells for about $35. I was hoping for more since it was Sony, but it is what it is. And then it's time to test the other one. And I thought I would just show you how I go about testing it here at Goodwill. They have these plugs that you can test. Make sure you turn it on. It's like one of those like jacuzzi little dials that you turn around to make sure the power's running. And so I get my CD player set up so you guys can see it. I have it plugged in, turn on the power button. It powers on, which is great. That's always a good first sign. But with CD players, those lens readers are always very tricky. Usually I find about 30% success rate. So I put it in there. As you can see, it's reading, and then it says no CD. So I tried out a few more times. I even tried a different CD, even though that CD just worked with the previous one, just to make sure, because this Sony sells for about $10 more than the other one. It was about the same price at Goodwill. And it was very, very clean. There's a few scratch marks that are hard to tell, but it just doesn't read it. So unfortunately, this one was a no-go, so I left it at Goodwill. In addition to this CD player not working, the Sony Blu-ray player for the surround system also did not work. It wouldn't even open. There was some damage in the front, so I left that behind and did not buy that either. Always remember to test your electronics at Goodwill before you buy it. Even with the return policy, it just makes sense. For me, the final stop always is looking at the toys and board game section. I usually find something. Last Goodwill, I found the wrestling figures, which was fantastic. This time I found nothing. I see that baby Einstein machine. I've seen those everywhere. My son had one. It worked wonders for him when he was a baby. But that's it for today. Let me know what you think about my haul. The last thing I find is a sloth plush for a friend of mine that collects these. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check you out next time.